everyone. I thought I'd just, chill, sit back. You don't have to, not everything has to be so uptight, just want a different kind of setting for this video. Just relax, chill out on this beanbag here. I've got my pillows, you know how it is. But well, I've got my phone here because I've got to write down some notes. I'm terrible at remembering notes. But I want to talk to you guys on a serious note. Some of the hard truths about dropshipping that I don't really see many people talking about, and it's just the realistic side of dropshipping. I've learned this stuff through experience, and it's just stuff that I guess people don't want to talk about because they either want to just sell their course, they don't want people to worry, they want people to watch their video and not stress and show people just the good side of things. But I don't know, guys, you know that I'm not like that. I would rather just give you guys the hard truth and just be really transparent with you guys with all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to tell you guys, and I know this is going to be like a really cliche kind of video, but I'll tell you guys 5 things that were basically like hard truths about dropshipping that people don't really talk about. So we're going to get straight into it. So the first one being that you are most likely going to be spending more on ads, especially in the beginning, than what you think. Majority of the time, especially when you're a complete beginner, you are going to be, and this is whether you're doing Facebook ads, whether you're doing Google Shopping ads. Now I usually do Facebook ads because that's what I've learned, that's what I know. I'm slowly getting into Google Shopping ads as well, but I'm also know about Facebook conversion ads. So when I first started, I was spending way too much on ads. I wasn't doing any conversion ads. I was kind of sort of doing like engagement ads, like trying to get likes on my posts instead of actually just going straight for purchase ads and optimizing my Facebook pixel for purchases and whatnot. And I was spending too much. I was letting them run for like 1 to 2 weeks at a time instead of doing them for 2 to 3 days and then just cutting them if they don't work. And I think the biggest lesson I learned in this when I first started was there was this one product, I think it was an angle ruler. It was like a multi-angle ruler kind of thing. And I got the idea off a YouTube video that I saw. So I started selling. I got up to the point where I think my biggest point at the time was I was like at $200 to $300 in revenue like a week. And I was like, that's awesome. I was looking at the profit. I wasn't looking at my ad spend. I was looking at the profit after cost of goods, and I was like, hey, look, I think I'm going to make like $50, maybe $100 in profit this week. And then at the end of the month, I get whacked with like $1,000, just over $1,000 bill for Facebook ads, and I didn't factor any of that into it, and it just wiped out. I ended up being like $200 in the red, and I was like, well, fuck, I did not think I was going to be spending this much on ads. So you really have to take note of how much you're spending on ads, and that's why I have the rule now of, you do it for 2 to 3 days. If it's not profitable, you just kill it. You just get rid of the ad and you start again, or if it's profitable, you keep scaling from there. But really, the hard lessons that you need to learn when it comes to Facebook ads is that you're going to be spending more than you initially think. I would set aside a budget, and let's just say, okay, I want to spend $100, in these 2 days. I want to spend $200 in these 2 to 3 days. So set a budget. If it's not profitable, just get rid of it. Try either a different ad or try a different product. If it's profitable, you can scale from there. Second one is, and this is probably pretty self-explanatory, you probably already know this, but not every product you sell is going to be a hit, especially in the beginning. I think I had about maybe anywhere from 8 to 12 products that I had tested before I had an actual, I guess, winner product, you could call it. Now, I guess, if I went back and I tried to sell those old products, I could probably do a better job at it because I'm better at optimizing my site for sales, and I'm better at targeting on Facebook ads and whatnot. But really, I had all these products there that were, I guess, products that weren't really worth much. They were products that didn't really help anyone. I guess they were just products that I thought, okay, they were cheap, I might be able to make profit out of it. The products that probably people that you could pick up from, retail stores, and maybe products that people didn't really necessarily need, things like particular phone cases and whatnot that I tried to sell. I don't know, it's just things that you learn along the way, but you got to think of it in the sense that like there's going to be products that you test and that might get a sale here and there. They might not get any sales, but majority of the time they're not going to be that great, and you got to learn. I'm at the point now where I'm sort of learning, okay, I know what makes a good product. I know what you can sell at a higher price point. I know products that you probably can't pick up from stores that are going to actually be of use to people, that are probably going to solve a problem. you get a general idea of what products might work and might not work. But when you're first starting, majority of the time you're not going to get a winner product. Okay, now this is coming into the other important stuff that people don't talk about. The number 3 here is order fulfillment. Now, it's pretty self-explanatory. You might think to yourself, okay, I'm scaling my store, and order fulfillment is something that you just don't think about, but things that people don't really talk about is being on top of order fulfillment. It's something that you got to factor in, daily. And now I'm up to the point where I'm making sure that those orders for the day are being fulfilled at the end of the day. And that's why you got to be on top of your ads, make sure that they're profitable, because you don't think of it as, okay, I'm $50 down for the day in ads. You look at your profit, I'm $50 down for the day. Okay, you don't really think about it. Then you got to think, oh shit, I need to order my products. You got to spend the money. If you're $50 down for 3 days in a row, it's $150 that you're in the red for. You don't really think about it until you start ordering your products, until you get the bill for your Facebook ads. Then, okay, I'm $150 in the red. That's $150 taken out of your account. You don't really think about it until you're actually fulfilling, those orders, getting those bills for the Facebook ads. You don't think about it. So profit, when it comes to profit on your ads and your cost of goods and whatnot, scaling your store, it's really, really important. But in this instance, order fulfillment, you have to be on top of it, because you also have to think about, okay, especially in this time of COVID, order fulfillment, the best scenario you're probably going to get is 2 to 3 days in order fulfillment. Okay, 2 to 3 days. What if your shipping is already 7 to 15 days, 8 to 15 days? You got to factor in those 2 to 3 days processing time for order fulfillment. Then you got to put in, you got to add in that shipping time. So if you're leaving, your order fulfillment for orders that have been sitting there for 3 days, that's another 3 days you got to add on to, the time that it's going to take to get to your customer's door. Probably going to get people starting to complain, starting to ask where their orders are and things like that. So you got to be on top of your orders. I used to do it every 1 to 2 days. Now I'm making sure it's the day of. I'm making sure I'm getting those orders fulfilled. So I wait, and then at the end of the day, I fulfill those orders and get them out as quickly as possible. Really, really big one here. So number 4 is going to be customer service. Now, I don't know why, a lot of these dropshipping guys, they don't talk about it. Now, I know that a lot of them, when you start scaling your store, you can just hire someone, you can just get a VA to deal with it, and you can go ahead and do that. It makes things a hell of a lot easier. I'm getting to that stage now as well, where you just get someone, you just hire a VA and they can deal with customer service. But when you're first starting, you got to experience it for yourself. And a lot of these people that talk about dropshipping, they don't talk about customer service. Now, they don't talk about the fact that, okay, you're going to have people ask where your order is. You're going to get people emailing your store. If you have a phone number, they might even call you. I don't really deal with phone numbers too much. You're also going to be getting Facebook messages as well. So because you're running Facebook ads, you're going to have a Facebook page. You're going to get people messaging you on your Facebook page. If they haven't got their order, they're going to ask where it is. You've got to chase that up. You're going to have a support email to your store. People are going to be emailing that, asking where their order is. You're going to go through the order tracking. Make sure you have order tracking on. Make sure that you're able to track your order once it's sent out. Then you can give them an update status. Now, one thing that I would recommend as a side note here, that I've realized in this is when you are getting your order shipped out, make sure you have it so that your customer gets their tracking number. As soon as it gets sent out and that you get a tracking number, make sure that they get a notification saying, hey, it's been sent out, here's your tracking number. That might save yourself some headache of people asking where their order is, asking where the tracking number is. And if you've got everything set into place, it makes it a hell of a lot easier. But people don't talk about, all these people that are talking about dropshipping don't talk about the fact that people are going to be asking where their orders are. You are the front line, and you are basically the means to an end of where your order is. There's no one else to rely on. When it comes to Amazon FBA, you can ask Amazon. Majority of the time, Amazon can deal with it. You might get, buyer messages to your store, but majority of the time, Amazon will probably deal with the order tracking, with the refunds and whatnot. And that's another thing. I haven't got it on my notes here, but refunds is something you have to deal with as well, especially when first starting with it. No one really talks about it, but it's a very important thing to know. My last one, number 5, is ad maturation. Now I've only recently been learning about this because I've only sort of been watching and discovering it recently. Ad maturation is basically changing up your ad set. So let's just say if you've been selling a product for a while, let's just say my older product being the teeth cleaner product, let's say if I've run an ad for about a month or two and it's been successful, I've been able to slowly scale it, but then you might start to see a slow decline. Like you might be having $1,000 days in sales, but then slowly it might go down to 900, then 800, and slowly start to, and that's during your scaling phase. You might be thinking, why is this happening? Why is it starting to descale? I'm trying to spend more on ads, but my profit margin's slowly going down. I think something that you might need to take into consideration is ad maturation. Now, usually your ads, they'll start to scale, but if you keep running the same ad, the same photo, the same ad copy and whatnot, more and more people will start to see that ad, but they'll start to see the same thing. So usually what I would suggest and what I've learned is when you're in the scaling phase, maybe every month or so, change your ads up. You can leave the same ad copy, but just change the photo or change the video, whatever it is. You can leave the targeting the same, but you got to realize that, okay, more people are seeing this ad, they might be seeing the same thing. You got to change it up. You got to keep it fresh. Every month or so, I would be changing that ad up, and that can help with your scaling phase as well. They're just some of the points. Now, there's a lot of other stuff that you will probably learn if you're only just starting dropshipping that a lot of people seem to not talk about. They like to talk about, okay, this is how I did my ads, this is the sales that I got, this is the profit. That's all well and good, but you got to talk about the other side of it, which is like stuff like customer service, ad maturation, all that kind of thing that is going to help keep your business afloat. Because at the end of the day, what helps your business, stay a profitable business is the people that are buying from you. You're looking to build an actual business, an actual brand, an actual long-term thing. Customer service is a huge deal. I worked in retail from anywhere from 4 to 5 years before I started working for myself. Customer service is such a huge thing, and that's in any business. Whether you're doing e-commerce, you're doing social media marketing, whether you've got a physical store, customer service is such a huge part of it, and I don't really see many people talking about it. And, it might even take a video like this, just talking about it to really make people realize and change the direction of their store. Maybe they might put something else into place into their store that will help customer service, and then ultimately at the end of the day, it's going to help grow the business. And you can scale as much as you want, but at the end of the day, your store will start going down because you're going to be getting bad feedback. You're going to be getting comments on your Facebook posts talking about how bad the customer service is and whatnot. Other people will see that. Word will get out. At the end of the day, if you keep your customer service good, people will start raving about you. You'll have an overall better customer experience. Overall, your growth will be better, and you won't have to worry as much. So just before I head off, I know I spoke about it in the last video, but I've been trying to get the word out. If you're an Aussie and you're looking to dropship, and whether that's selling in Australia or selling in the US or any other countries for that matter, if you want to learn how to dropship on Shopify and scale using Facebook ads, all that good stuff, I do have a course that's available. It's only come out within the last week, and we've been getting people on board, and we'll be slowly starting to get student results coming in. And I'm always going to be optimizing the course and whatnot, but it is a step-by-step on how to dropship here in Australia. If you are interested, that's going to be the first link down below. Don't like to plug my courses and whatnot that much, but if you are interested, even send me a DM. I've got all the social links to my social media pages down below as well. But if you want to check out the course page, that'll be the first link down below. Apart from that, guys, hope you're having a wonderful day, and I hope you learned something. But keep staying safe in this COVID stuff. I'll see you guys very, very soon.